He is a human resources professional. I've already struck a deal with him. I've already shared my resume with him. He is one of the most happiest person on earth because he makes it a point that he travels at least thrice a year. At least once with his family, once with his spouse, and once with his friends. And a fabulous snooker player, a movie buff, a voracious reader, and the list goes on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome our first speaker who is going to deliver his CC5 Toastmaster, Inder.
My father was shouting, I will not let him go, I will not let him go, I will not let him go. But my mother was doing it. She finally said, he will go to the Blower camp tomorrow morning. That was the scene on 30th December 1992. I was the main reason for the argument. Good evening everyone present here.
Good evening.
Baden-Powell started the Scout movement in the year 1907. It is to support young people in the physical, mental and spiritual developments. It is to make them play constructive roles in the society with a strong focus on outdoor and survival skills. I joined the Scout movement with great passion. I, in fact, wanted to learn more in the Scouts. The moment I joined in, my father was very furious. What are you going to do? What is happening with you? Why you want to join Scout? But my mother played a very vital role. Because a Scout is bound to do good deed every day. It needs to be recorded in a diary. Such good deed gets marked. Therefore, in order to get more marks, I started doing good deeds such as helping my mother in getting milk from dairy, assisting my mother in cleaning the house, helping my father in washing his vehicle. Over a period of time, doing good deeds became a habit. I also started assisting my mother in washing vessels, sweeping the houses, particularly on weekends. Little did I know that later in my life, those habits would become a part of my day-to-day activity. And now, to the amazement and admiration of my dear wife, I continue doing such good deeds which keeps her very happy. Scouts has various levels in it. Its first stage is called Pravesh, second stage is called Prathama Sopan, third stage is called Dvitiya Sopan, followed by Tritiya Sopan, Raja Puraskar and the Rashtrapati. In the first stage, that is in Pravesh, I learned about saying Scout promise, which needs to be said by raising your right hand to the level of the shoulder, palm stretched to the front with 3 fingers, that is, index, middle and ring finger, and the thumb finger closing on the little finger saying, on my honor, I promise that I will do my best to do my duty to God and to my country, to help others and to follow the Scout law. Next is the Scout salute. It is given by raising your right arm to the level of the shoulder, palm stretched to the front once again, and with 3 fingers, the first finger touching the forehead and thumb finger closing on the little finger. In the next stage, in Pratham Sopan, I had to attend the camp and learn about different kinds of knots. Now before that, in order to practice the Scout sign and promise, I used to practice them every day in front of my parents. When I used to practice them, my father used to make fun of me, saying, here comes the Army General. Then, it was a time for me to attend the camp. I informed my parents of my selection, that I had been selected to attend the camp in Badlapur. That was the reason for the argument which I had mentioned initially. At last, the battle was won by my mother, and I proceeded towards my first Scout camp in Badlapur. In that camp, I learned about different knots, and I also learned about teamwork, how groups build unity and camaraderie. I also learned about first aid and few important knots which I will demonstrate and inform about their usage. The first knot is called reef knot. Now, reef knot is used for bandaging. It is used to tie both the ends of the rope together. Like, for example, when you have a sling, when you have the one end of the rope, put it on your right hand of the rope and twist it over. And the right hand of the rope, put it on your left hand and twist it over. You will form two simple loops. This is called reef knot. It is easy to tie as well as easy to untie. It is used for bandaging. The next knot is called timber hitch knot. This knot is usually used for climbing the ropes or climbing on the tree where a hook is joined together. Now, how to do this knot? Just roll over the knot and form a simple loop. And with the other end of the loop, just roll it over within the loop itself. And put this loop to some hook or to some rope and put it together. It will form a tight glitch. The grip is very tight. In the span of 4 years, I complete the 5 stages of Scouts. Okay, and I reached the last level of attending Rashtrapati Award, that is the President Award. I was in my 10th standard and my exams were approaching. One evening, my Scout Master Satish called me and dropped the bombshell, informing me of my selection from Bangalore district to attend the Rashtrapati Award ceremony in New Delhi. And I will have the privilege of collecting a certificate from His Excellency Mr. President K.R. Narayan. Listening to the news, I was catapulted to the moon. I was feeling on top of the world. My Scoutmaster informed me that I had to practice march past every hour 2 days. Every hour for 2 continuous days in order to make the march past very perfect. He wanted the parade to be perfect because I would be leading a group of scouts to the president for collecting the certificates. I still remember many of the commands. One of them it says, Lambe dahe chote moe ek line mein khadwao, which means tallest to the right, shortest to the left, stand in a straight line. And then I used to say, Sam jawan, ek kadam aage, sam jawan, ek kadam piche, aage piche, chal. So the first person will count 1 step front, and the person next to me will go 1 step back. And thus the pattern follows. Then I used to say, 3 line banao, 3 chal. They form 3 lines together. I was very thrilled of attending the Rashtrapati Award ceremony in New Delhi. I was in Scout uniform, my dress was flawless. I was proud to stand before the President of India. My school authorities congratulated me for the excellence demonstrated by me and bringing laurels to the school. Many students, particularly juniors, started approaching me. For the first time in my life, even the girls started glancing at me. And which gradually proceeded to feel officially smiling at me. Then, after trying to approach, my life changed. Overnight, I became a celebrity in the school and also in the community. When I used to practice march past every day, my father used to make fun of me. Whoa, fellow, never imagined that one day his son would stand before the Supreme Command of the Indian Armed Forces and salute him and become the Sinosha of all eyes. I thank my mother for a successful fight on that day and standing by me and reposing the trust and capacity at me. She played a very vital role in making my life better. Joining Scouts changed my life forever. I realized that determination and persistence are omnipotent. I learned that people can live fully by helping others to live. Over to you, Toastmaster.